Hey, 103.7 The Fox, the home of the 14th annual North Iowa Tractor Ride presented by Klapperich Farm Systems. And speaking of that, here's Keith Heimer from
Hey,
Klapperich.
Harry.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. It's we seem to be speaking of the farmers, we seem to be maybe getting enough rain now. I mean,
That-
boy, two
Never too
big
much, but
storms here.
yeah, it's certainly taken away some concerns here the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, I'm sure you talk to a ton of farmers all the time, and that's all. Come on, weather is always talked about more than anything else. Doesn't that come before crops almost?
they go hand in hand, yes, but it's like that. We're talking about rain tomorrow, but they're talking about
Yeah,
severe rain, and you're talking about
yeah,
hail, and it's like we're never happy. We get the rain, but then we're worried about what's going to come with it. So
yeah. Well, I think it just is evident that that's what we get sometimes. So, Keith, you're sponsor of the title sponsor of our North Iowa Tractor Ride. Let's talk about that first. How do you feel about going into this year? We've got it sounds like a sold out group going out.
that's yeah. Talking with the group organizer, it's been a lot of interest. And again, the tri-state route has got a lot of people excited. I received a lot of calls from folks looking for information when they weren't quite sure where to go to sign up, and it was interesting the wide variety, whether not just farmers, not just Iowans, not just Minnesotans. It's a very popular event, and the route I think has really created some of that enthusiasm.
Yeah, the whole tri-state thing. First time we've ever
Right?
done that. How about that? First time you've been on board, and the first time we go to 3 different states.
Yeah, I've always wanted to mix it up
Well,
completely.
why not? Why not? Speaking of that, so how far do you cover with your Klapperich Farm Systems? Let's talk about your company.
Sure.
First of all, what is Klapperich Farm Systems all about?
Yeah, Klapperich Farm Systems is primarily agricultural based business, selling grain bins, grain dryers, grain handling equipment, agriculture or livestock equipment,
Mhm.
um, and general repairs, welding, fabrication, anything that really is needed on the farm for grain or livestock production. Then we have KFS Electric, which is an offshoot of our main business, where we full line electricians from commercial large scale projects to ag, obviously, and some residential generator installations and solar with that group. And then finally, Garner Grain Equipment, our sister store over in Garner, Iowa,
Okay.
is just up and coming. So yeah, we've got quite a few things going on.
Is it safe to say your main client is the farmer, or do you go beyond that? Yeah.
Yeah, I majority we've got a couple commercial accounts, whether it be a grain elevator
Okay.
or some processing plants. We also have like a beef processing, Upper Iowa Beef, our good a good great customer over in Lime Springs, Iowa. We do all their electrical and some fabrication for them.
Mhm. Things have sure changed throughout the years, obviously, and obviously technology has gone above and beyond. How is technology with you guys? How have you grown that way? I guess.
Yeah, the technology is infiltrating all of our product lines. Our grain dryers are remotely operated from your phone or your tablet. We can
Wow.
monitor monitor the condition of the grain in the bin with
Yeah.
some advanced cables that tell you the temperature and the moisture, and when they will automatically turn on the fans to condition the grain, whether you want to add moisture, take moisture away, depending on the ambient conditions and the grain. Of course, on the electrical side, uh, our generators can be remotely operated and remotely monitored. Our solar is all obviously remotely monitored, but our smart homes are becoming more prominent, where we've got a lot more equipment, lights and stereos, and even appliances. The furnace being integrated to your phone or your tablet. So you want to turn the air conditioner up before you get home and turn the stove on half hour before you get up. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's exciting and challenging to work with, but
Yeah.
it's part of life.
Do you find more farmers are anxious, I guess, for easier ways to do things like that, or are they a little, oh, I don't know. I mean, I know when it comes to my work and my business, what I do, I engage in new technology. I love it. I know it's a lot to learn, but I enjoy learning new things.
Yeah, we like all regular society. there's those that embrace the new technology and are hungry for it. There's those that are comfortable with the way they've done things for a long time, and maybe not as ready to jump into the next innovation. But it's certainly in the ag industry, there's a lot of advantages. Not only, like every industry, striving to find good help, extra
Yep.
help, especially in a busy season, is becoming tougher. So having more advanced equipment that will allow you to do more with less, and certainly safety. There's certainly some safety innovations with not having to go inside a grain bin because the grain cables, the temperature cables, will tell you what's going on inside the bin. There's several reasons to look at that new technology, but there's different reasons why.
I think it's really interesting to know too. I get the feeling that you are really taking that farmer all the way through the whole, this is not just bring the farmer in, he buys some things or whatever, and that's it. No, I think you kind of just take care of that farmer all the way through. You see the sale all the way through the what they're
Yeah,
doing.
we try to do that, and that's important today. I don't know that we're that unique. I think a lot of good businesses do that same thing because
Right.
a lot of times our farmer customers are evolving. They're putting in a grain bin today or this year, next year the grain dryer, and you need to be conscious of that and thinking about that so that you don't paint yourself in a corner and say, well, I wish we'd have done something different with that bin last year because now the dryer doesn't fit right, or vice versa. So
Mhm.
it's a matter of understanding what their long-term goals are and plans. If we can see how far we can look into the future and do a good job to anticipate some of those opportunities down the road and make sure we don't design them into a corner.
The word efficiency comes to mind too, as far as because obviously you got to have everything efficient, and Lord knows you guys there at Klapperich Farm Systems, you've got the mold.
Yeah,
You know what you're doing.
right. Yeah, we need to be efficient in what we're doing, and we try to do a good job of that by having well-trained technicians, well-stocked trucks for service calls, and having the job planned out so when we do arrive, we can execute. But a lot of material and equipment also helps drive that efficiency. Solar, for one,
Hmm.
renewable energy, and being efficient in that regard. Um, Grain dryers being much more efficient in the way they dry the corn because of the airflow and the design of the fans and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of things that go dovetail together. The
Yeah,
whole thing, the business has to be efficient from the material to the people to the execution of the job.
I'm glad you mentioned that solar because I I think that I don't know, we're coming along with that, right? But I mean, I guess one would think that it would be even farther along than what we might think, and maybe they would find that out if they gave you guys a call and see what you're doing solar wise.
Right. Yeah, I think there's some European countries that are maybe ahead of us in implementation of solar.
Hmm.
It's becoming more affordable and more economical and more efficient every year. There's not a reason to wait, but it is exciting to know that it's with some domestic manufacturers now. Solar has really driven the price down. A lot of competition because it is becoming more popular. So the panels themselves are becoming more efficient. Our ability to install them is becoming more efficient with some technology that we've implemented for the racking installation and things of that nature. So overall, it's becoming more efficient, and it is
Hmm.
the one thing we've done windmills in the past, small
Yeah.
windmills. Not such a consistent performance out of those. Solar, it works. Day over day, week over week, year over year, you can almost predict to the kilowatt how much power you're going to produce, and it does well.
Isn't that interesting how long we've had wind and sun, and it took us this long to get it to where we're at, you know?
Right, right. My grandfather's farm had water supplied by a windmill, and
Oh,
and so now we see windmills. We think we're cutting edge above, but we're actually just reigniting that old technology.
that's right. Well, we hope people take the time to watch this on social media, either that or our website. But for our radio audience, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah. Well, the best thing is to come visit us in downtown McIntyre, Iowa. But
Okay.
if that doesn't work, our Facebook page, Clappic Farm Systems, we try to update that with projects and employee spotlights and project spotlights. as we see fit. Or you can certainly call the office at 641-985-2520.
I would think no matter who you are, whether you're a farmer or not, I think it'd be worth to come out and see what you guys do. I mean, are you kind of open for that? I know you're busy, but I mean, don't you have people could say, "I'd really like to see what you're doing," you know?
Well, and I enjoy doing that too. Say it's a grain bin or a solar array or a dryer, going to look at 1 or 2 or 10 projects that we've completed helps spur questions. It helps answer questions. It helps spur ideas, and we're proud of what we do, and it shows the quality and the integrity that we put into our jobs and the good quality equipment. So yeah, we're always open to that. That's probably makes the whole sales process go a lot quicker if they can see and touch and smell and get to the end decision quicker.
Plus, hey, it gets people into McIntyre. If they never
Exactly.
visited
We need
McIntyre,
we need more. We need more in McIntyre.
what's the population of that town now?
Approximately 50.
Okay, or is it incorporated? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
one of
don't
those.
have a post office, but so
Okay, all right. Well, Keith, it's been a pleasure, and we want to thank you again for being sponsor of our North Iowa Tractor Ride. It's great to have you aboard. I think you're doing wonderful things, and people need to see if they get a chance to head out to McIntyre, God's country out there, right?
exactly. Middle of everywhere.
Right. Keith Heimer of Klapperich Farm Systems, our title sponsor for the 14th annual North Iowa Tractor Ride. You have yourself a great day. Okay,
Thanks, Harry.
you got it.